Ciao, 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 you guys. How are you? I had to switch something. I keep having these technological challenges, and I just realized what it is. It's something about LinkedIn. And every time I jump on here, it tells me I can't do it, and I have to take care of it right when I'm live, and I don't realize I'm live. So I have that, uh, what is that? Resting bitch face, it looks like. Sorry about that. Ha, Felici Friday, you guys. 12 o'clock. We made it through February. It is March. Can you believe it? 60 days in, a little bit over 60 days. And you guys, things are rocking and a rolling. I can't wait to talk to you today about the 3 reasons why people have a hard time identifying their ideal clients. And then I'm going to give you 6 reasons why you should, and how you can uncover $10,000 to $20,000 months just by doing these 3 things. So I'm excited to get started, but I wanted to share with you my week because it has been jumping and a jiving over here. I've talked about the wedding renaissance of 2021. The floodgates have opened up. I have been busy with inquiries. I know other planners also here, and we've been total shutdown. Like, we haven't been able to do anything. And I know not the whole country is like that, but gosh, if this is the tip of the iceberg, you guys, we are in for a roller coaster rockin' year, which I never had any doubt. I just knew it was a matter of time. And you got to be ready for it, because it really is an avalanche that's about to come to us. And you know what? If you really position yourself well for all the amazingness that's going to happen, you could have not just a thriving business, but really build a business you love, really take the time to figure out what that is, build it, and live the dream. Like, totally live the dream and be in flow a little bit more and a little bit less hustle. But you got to do it now. You got to set this foundation. And it's upon us, and I'm just super excited, because I know it's been a rough time for everyone. I have a little nasally. I was a little sick this week, so hopefully everything is good and you guys can hear me. Jump on. Tell me who you are if you jump on, because on where I'm at on the live stream, I don't know who it is that's saying hello, but so jump on, say hi, and give me your name. Okay. So let's get started, you guys. This is what I'm sharing with you is 3 reasons why it's so hard to identify your ideal clients. And I'm constantly talking about identifying your ideal clients. It's really the first exercise that we do in my coaching program. I think it is really the foundation to your entire business. And I'll share with you also on this live 6, hey, Darla, the 6 reasons why it is so important, like how you can uncover this extra cash and why it's so important. So yeah, let's get started, Darla. Good to see you. If I haven't set the foundation at this point, I don't know what exactly. You got to set the foundation first. It's the pillars. Okay, so let's get on with it. Here's 3 reasons why it's so hard to identify ideal clients. And reason number 1 is fear. Fear comes up constantly in my coaching, in our businesses, in ourselves, and anytime we're trying to up level, change anything that we do, whether it's diet and exercise, whether it's a relationship, whatever in life, right? We're afraid to do it, to take that leap of faith. Why do people, the 3 reasons, one of the reasons why it's so hard to identify your ideal client, because they're afraid to miss an opportunity. And what I mean by that is that they think there's this craziness, it's counterintuitive, that if they focus on only one type of person, they probably think it's crazy to build their business around one ideal customer. And this is actually a big one. This is the biggest one, the whole fear factor, because think about it this way. If you have a picture of who your ideal client is, you can confidently say no to them when your gut tells you it's just not a good fit, because then you just know. And what happens is you'll focus your time and attention to attracting those perfect customers instead. So just to give you an analogy is like, I just remember when I was first starting in business and I'd say yes to everybody. Yeah, I'll take it. And I was so busy. And sure, I felt like I was making money, which was I by the amount of hours that I was working, and then I was saying yes to everyone, and I wasn't really building my business, and I was getting tired out, right? And I think this happens a lot in our industry. And if someone would have told me, and I had my little event planner, fairy godmother, bibbidi bobbidi boo, who is your perfect client, I knew that because I had taken business, but I never really did it the right way. And it wasn't until my 4th or 5th year in business, where I call it the 5-year itch, where you're like, what am I doing? Like, I'm working so hard, but where is this really going? And I got a coach and I learned this, and it was a game changer for me, because what happens, and everyone that I've talked to who's gone through the same things, the ones that are ready to up level and working with those perfect clients, they are able to figure out if that person's not a good fit. They're able to then focus their time and attention on attracting those perfect customers. And the beauty of it is, and this is what I enjoy the most, is referring people to the right people. So if someone isn't my perfect fit, doesn't mean I can't still serve them, because that's what I do. I'm of service, and share with them who I think would be a good fit for them and give work to someone else. Like, I love that part of my job. So, fear number one, you're afraid to miss an opportunity, but is it really an opportunity lost, right? Because it's also an opportunity to not have the bandwidth to actually attract your perfect client and keep building your business around perfect clients. So that's fear, or that's one of the 3 reasons why it's so hard to identify your clients. Number 2, and again, I see this a lot, and I see this a lot in my blog with people who are members of my blog, and it's operating reactively. I see this in nonprofit events that I do. I see this in so many marketing fiascos, or not even a fiasco. It's just like that 80-20 rule, where people work so hard, they do 80% of that work, and then that 20%, and it becomes reactive. And people are operating with instinct versus data, right? We don't plan ahead. I am an event planner, and for me to plan my life is a whole different story. Like, that's just like big drama, big to do for me. But Darla, people refer you. I just saw your note. People refer you all the time. You're like the queen of referrals, girl. Oh, I see the smiley face. You were toying with me. Darla B, you guys, she gets the name of the game. We've had a great relationship along the years. I think one of the first things I told her is, you've got to increase your pricing. And I know who her perfect clients are, and she gets them all the time. So yay, Darla. So anyway, sorry, operating reactively. So this is where that 80-20 rule comes in, where you're doing all of the right things, but then that last 20% becomes a reaction, and it doesn't really build your business per se, right? Anytime we're doing it would be like if you don't have a weather plan and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna gamble with that. Don't have a weather plan. And then all of a sudden you're either running from wind. Out here we have a lot of wind in the fall with the Santa Anas, rain, which I would take rain over wind any day. And imagine not having a game plan. So why are you doing that in your business, in your marketing, and in your perfect clients? Because once you identify who they are and you're constantly with them, like that's who you're attracting, things just run smoother and you can be proactive. Like, that's kind of the natural next step, instead of trying to do it all, trying to get everyone, trying to attract everyone, and then spinning those wheels. So someone said, I'm a planner, but planning my life is another story. Amen to that. I know, right? All right. So that was reason number 2, you guys, is operating reactively. We really need, especially now when COVID's over. I read an article from New York Times about their reopening. I'll share it on the group here, you guys. And it's interesting, and it's going to be a lot harder, and we really need to be ahead of the game. And the ones who are setting themselves up, talking the language, saying, hey, it's COVID time, it's COVID ready. I got something else in my emails today. A local band here in LA, they're actually doing rapid tests for events. They're positioning themselves to that. It's going to take a lot more. So we've got to be proactive now, especially after this COVID thing is behind us. And it's so hard to use those brain cells again that we haven't used in a year because we've been in shutdown. So that's number 2. You got to be proactive. The ones that are operating proactively, doing their marketing proactively, really having a clear goal on what their business looks like, they're killing it. They're bringing in these additional $10,000 to $20,000 months. And then reason number 3, the reason number 3 is that you're too close to your business. And what I mean by that is a couple things. So one is that a lot of our businesses get started because we wanted to help people, right? We're all in the service industry one way or the other. We like to see people having a good time. We like to put that energy together, all those things, right? But along the way, you start setting up, things change in business, your needs change, just like in life. And you got to reevaluate your business constantly. That's one thing that I learned working in the corporate world. You always had to, look backwards in your goals and look forwards in your goals. But when you identify who those ideal customers are, and you continually do that, because you kind of have to edit that list and keep growing and really figure out how and when you're going to grow. So sometimes when you're too close to your business, you don't see the right things to do. You see everything as a problem versus as a goal, right? You start just focusing on the problems. I'm, again, being an event planner, I'm like a problem solver nonstop. So it's so easy for me to think about Okay, so my Wi-Fi went out. I don't know if you guys are still here from whatever it just happened. Awesome. I love technology. And so I'm hotspotting it. So I do love technology. Thank goodness for technology. All right, you guys. So thank you, Darla. I don't know if you heard me about, yeah, I responded to your 5-year itch story. And yeah, scaling back from saying yes to everything. Absolutely. You have to do that. And when you're crystal clear, so, you guys, I get this from my experience. I worked for luxury resorts, and like from a very young age. And it taught me so much about how to run a business, which I never thought I was going to be a business owner, but oh my gosh, it was the best training ever. And luxury, I mean, there's such a niche. When you think of Four Seasons hotels, there's just this emotion as a person who's stayed there, dined there, knows about it, whatever the case might be. And that is brand, that's brand identity. So it's so important to really be that essence, because you can't sway from that. And yeah, Darla, like 5-year itch, scaling back, you got to figure out who it is that you can say yes to and how many you need. Isn't that amazing? Build your business the other way. Okay, so let me go back. Sorry, I got frazzled because the technology. So I'm just going to recap 3 reasons why it's so hard to identify your ideal clients. Either you're afraid to miss an opportunity, you think that niching down is really going to cost you clients, when that's not the case at all. If you think about people who go buy a Ferrari versus a Honda, the people with a Ferrari are walking out of that lot with the keys in hand. The people who are Honda, like me, most of us, it's like, no, I could take a Toyota, or I could go get a Kia, or I could go get, like a Mazda, like, it's that niche thing. Operating reactively. So again, being that 80-20 rule, don't be reactive. We do it so much in our businesses and for our clients, but instead, if you're proactive, if you really set down that foundation, you're going to be able to focus on those perfect clients. And you're too close to the business. You got to step back. You got to really ideally look at what it is, where you're going, look at goals, not at problems. And this is where it cut out, because I was about to share with you 6 things that happen, 6 magical things. And I want you guys to write these down. I'm not going to put these up here because they're just so magical. But 6 things that happen when you do identify your ideal clients. You attract more of them, and you get better referrals. And I think, that's what you were just talking to a second ago with that, Darla, was exactly that. You're just going to attract more and better referrals because everyone knows who you work with. So you get less riffraff, you get more time. Your website, which is your storefront, and that's your pre-selling tool. That's your storefront. People will go to your website at some point, whether it's a word of mouth referral or not. So you really do have to get that dialed in, and they're going to know if it speaks to them, right? Your ideal clients, it needs to speak to them. They want to take that next action step. So you'll have your website dialed in with that. Your networking is going to be more fruitful because you'll be more laser focused, and you'll just be clear on what you're trying to find. Then also, what happens when you identify your ideal customer, your marketing is consistent. So that's why those networking events are consistent, because you know exactly who you're wanting, how to articulate it. You just master your messaging, whether it's your marketing, online, digital, or verbally networking. So you really up your game there. And then you also stop chasing those clients who aren't aligned with your services, with your fees, with your mission, with your core values. And it's just going to give you that much more time. And literally, you're going to continue to attract more of that quickly, right? Instead of like getting exhausted and trying to do it all. So it's really about streamlining, editing, being proactive, editing the list, and being crystal clear on who your perfect clients are, and listening to your gut when it doesn't happen. Because again, I know for me, there's been those times where I was like, oh, but I really need the money. And they ended up being my most nightmare clients. I mean, hands down, I've never had nightmare clients that I didn't have a challenge with them at the beginning because they didn't see my value. They weren't my perfect clients. So that's why this is so important, you guys. And here's the deal, so basically I figured out, we got to attract our ideal clients, and I have the way to do it. I call it the Felici Matrix, so that you can totally really hone in on what those characteristics are and learn to talk to them through your website, through your social media, through your marketing and networking events. And also, you can update it as stuff happens and you have more events, so you get even clearer. And really, this beelines you to attract those perfect clients once and for all, and not have to need as many inquiries per se, because you're not having to sift through them through the riffraff, because you're really getting perfect inquiries and your conversion rate is going up. So you're having to work less to sell yourself when you get it all dialed in. And nobody really wants to sell themselves. So that's why you got to identify your perfect clients. Okay. So that's it for today, you guys. If you want to identify your perfect clients, if you've tried, you don't know how, you don't know where to start, you're tired of really, just hustling all the time, you want to make more money, set up a complimentary call with me at www.zoefelici.biz/apply. It's the best 45 minutes you'll ever spend on your business, talking about, what does your business look like? Where do you want it to go? And what's stopping you from getting there? And I promise you, you can pick a time right there, zoefelici.biz/apply. Pick a time that works for you. It's right to my calendar, easy breezy. I'll call you at the time you requested. And let's get you laser focused on your perfect clients so that you have those 6 ways of bringing in 10 to 20K per month just by changing one thing. identifying your perfect clients. Okay. Have a great weekend, you guys. Felici Friday. I'll see you all next week, and hopefully I'm feeling a little better. Okay. Ciao for now.